Welcome back, guys. It's Colin with the Sun Pirates TCG, and here I'm bringing Nico Robin to the table. So it's been a while since I last featured her, which I think was the beginning of OP-9. And now with OP-11 and the new starter decks coming out, we have some really good support for her, honestly. So here's the new idea that I'm trying out. We have new boss monsters in the form of Charlotte Katakuri from OP-11, Captain Kidd back from OP-10, and then we're going to combo those with the new 6-drop Luffy from the starter decks. So Robin does fit the bill for his ability to make her a 7k base leader, and we don't typically use it the turn he comes into play, but the turn after, when we play an 8-drop such as these two, and we become a 7k base, is really difficult for our opponent to deal with. We're, of course, a Gum Gum Giant deck since we're a Straw Hat leader, but also just like being a 7k base with Katakuri backed up, or on the other hand, like during our turn becoming a 7k banish attacking leader and then having Captain Kidd burn additional life can really put our opponent between a rock and a hard place. So going into the rest of the deck, we have a healthy amount of triggers. Of course, we need a lot to support the leader ability. So we have Nami as a removal, the 6-drop Robin as a good alternative card to play on 6 Dawn, the Olvia is a really good 2k for Robin specifically. We have a couple of Sauls, comes out of life, same as Brule, so 6 total blockers that come out of life for free. We have Jet Gatling as a 0-cost event of choice here. I know most people use the yellow one, but the reason why I'm using this one is A, it's a Ram trigger, and B, it's a Straw Hat Crew type card, which can be found off of our other trigger, which is when you're at CU Fight Pirates. So this is a searcher where I can attempt to bridge all our main pieces together, since this can search our Straw Hats, such as the 6-drop Luffy, but it can also search Kid Pirates, meaning it can find Captain Kidd as well, so we can get that set up more consistently. And moreover, it's a trigger that you can pitch off a leader, and you can also find Gum Gum Giant, right? And then with that, we're also playing 4 Usohachis as our additional 2k, also helps us close out the game. And last but not least, we have the new Jaguar D Sol from OP-11. On play, we draw 2 cards if we have 7 or more Dawn, specifically because we have Robin as our leader, and then the trigger does the same thing, so it's kind of like a Sanji's Pilaf out of life as well. But yeah, that's the deck, guys, and before we get into the gameplay, please do remember to subscribe and let me know what leader we should be trying next. Okay, so we're going first versus green-purple, and I think I can do better. I'm going to mulligan. Ooh, that's a really good start. So we'll go search event, and then the only target we can grab is the Nami, so we'll take it. But yeah, I have a pretty sick curve where I can go Luffy into Katakuri after I ramp once. Not Katakuri, sorry, Captain Kidd. So we'll go ahead and swing like this. And then I will trash... guess I'll trash the Nami to gain a Dawn. I don't expect the Nami to do much against their stage. Then we'll bring out a Brule and we'll pass. The cool thing about having a banish later is that against green purple Luffy, they like to take their first 2 hits, but because it's banished, I'm actually like forcing cards early, which is really nice. We'll take the first hit and then not trigger that. Okay, and then they get Frankie. Okay, I'll swing. I can play Captain Kidd next turn anyway, but I think because I'm probably going to be minusing 2 Dawn next turn, it probably is worth ramping. So we'll go ahead and pitch to Sol. Ooh, and we burn their Ashura style 9 flash. Nice. Okay, and then we'll play the Luffy, but then I can go up to 7k base, but that keeps me off from playing Captain Kidd next turn, so I think I'll just decline it and pass like that. They don't really have a way of destroying this, typically. Yeah, they go for Sanji Pudding, as I figured. But yeah, next turn we can go for Captain Kidd, burn their life, and then we can minus 2 down to become a 7k base, because I can just take some amount of damage here since I have a blocker as well. Okay, so they go for 7 at lead. I'll go ahead and take that one. Ooh, Gum Gum Giant, nice. That's another thing, is that next turn I can hold up Giant. Um, I think I'll still take this. Okay. Since I'm going to become a 7k base, it's going to be easier to guard stuff next turn. Now here, I think the plan is still the same. We go Captain Kid, trash our top life. Ooh, we trashed a 2k. Very nice for us. And then I think I still want to deny them resources and attacks. So we'll point the Luffy at their Frankie. And then we -2 to become a 7k base leader. And they try to save it. Okay, do I care about the Frankie anymore then? I think I'd still rather point the Robin at their face. Yeah. Yeah, in that case, I'll just go 7 at face with Banish. And then I think I will go ahead and pitch something to... pitch a Nami, I guess, to ramp up. That way, if I play Gum Gum Giant, I can still have 8 Dawn next turn for Captain Kid. And then we'll just pass like that. I think I'll pitch the Jet Gatling. I think I want individual counter rather than like high counter. Okay, so they went search event for Gum Gum Giant after all that. Oh, and another search event for Usohachi, okay. Okay, and then we'll just give the, say no blocks, give the 1k. Then do they turn anything else sideways? They do, okay. We'll give the Olvi, I guess. Okay. Alrighty then. So I think the plan still stays the same. We go Captain Kid, use the ability to burn their next life. Ooh, and it's a Gamma Knife, nice. Then we can go I think I can go after Sanji Pudding. Can force cards out of them this way. They protects, okay. And then I'm gonna go 8k at life. We'll pitch nothing. And so 8k banish at life means that they defend this like they did here, then I can instead go 9k with the Captain Kid at their Sanji Pudding again. Nice, and we got off the table. Okay, and then end of turn, we get to cycle twice. Pitch the Soul, and then I guess pitch the Kata. So I have one block up, and I'm at 7k base, so should have a good shot at surviving here. Since I have the Giant as well. Okay, so they already used leader ability with all this, so what's their math? They're swinging 9 first. They need 2 active Dawn for their restands, so it's probably like 9, 7, and then 2 9s after that, or potentially like a 7 and 2 8s. I think regardless, I take the 9k swing here. And it's a Giant, okay. I'll just pitch it to the other Giant. 7k swing, we definitely give 1k like that. Ooh, and this is close. I think I survive here though. Yeah, since I have the blocker, I should be fine. So they go 7, I'll say no blocks, give them the 2k. Then we'll block with the Brule we played a million years ago. And then we got the Gum Gum Giant. Alright, GG. Okay, we're going second versus Black Purple Luffy, aka Peanut Butter Luffy. And I think I can do a little bit better, so we'll mulligan this. Okay, so we have the curve. Unfortunately, going second, it's way less potent because the ramp off of the leader ability doesn't actually accelerate anything. We'll just pass. Okay, so they got Zoro and they're gonna ramp up. We'll take the 7. Ooh, nice, we got to put out a Sol. Okay. I'll poke 5 banish at lead. Okay, so we tax a card, very nice for us. So as you notice, I decided not to ramp because next turn they can play the 6-drop Luffy, and if we had 5 Dawn, then they could become a 7k base, which I don't need them to be. Play a search event. Yeah, we'll get the Usohachi as counter, and then we'll play out a Brule for safety. Okay, so they commit the Frankie to draw a couple cards. Okay, and they're putting some Dawn on their leader. Looks like a 6k and 7k swing coming in. In that case, we will counter out of the 6k swing. And then I'll take the 7. And then Sol, I don't think works because it's activate this card's on play, and then it says if I have 7 or more Dawn, draw 2 cards. So I only have 4 Dawn, so I don't think that works. Let me know in the comments if it works or not. I don't think so. Anywho, let's see. If I ramp up to 7, I go down to 5. So I don't think I will become a 7k base this turn, but I can do it the following turns. I think I still will ramp up though. So I can go 5k banish, pitching the Sol to gain a Dawn. Yikes, and they block? Does that mean they have no counter? Alright, I'll go 5k Sol into the Jiro then. Oh my goodness, they probably have no counter then. Alright, and then I'll play Beer Luffy, and then decline the ability, and we'll pass. Yikes, that must be really unfortunate for our opponent. Okay, so they're gonna go 5k into our Sol. I think I counter this so that the 7k goes at the Sol. Yeah, there we go. And I'll let it go. So yeah, I think I want Katakuri on board first. So we'll do that. We'll go bring out Katakuri, and then I can go 7k at lead. Then I become a 7k leader myself. Then we'll put another 7k, this time with Banish at lead. No triggers, but that's okay. No triggers to pitch, I should say. Okay, and they counter out of it, okay. And then end of turn, we gain back 1 Dawn. So we're at 8 Dawn. So if I go Giant, I go down to 6 next turn, go back to 8, so I can still play one of my 8 drops, which is really nice. Feel pretty good about this board state here. It's really hard for Peanut Butter to deal with 8 drop Katakuri, quite frankly. This card is just so good. And these two together, this is why I built the deck, because I think these two together are just so good. Now, granted, you can also play this in Black Purple Luffy, or any other Purple Luffy if you want. Except for Mono Purple, I suppose. But I digress. Anyway, they're going for the 10k Luffy rush, which is pretty scary. They go at our face first, and then they have a 9k and a 10k swing at us. So here, I think... Well, I still have the Brule blocker. I think I can afford to take... Ooh, nice trigger. We'll get a 0 cost. That's pretty helpful. Because I was thinking I'd take, and then if they try to go after this Luffy with the 2 bigger swings, I can protect it. Okay, they go at my face anyway, so I go... I think the cheapest way to do this is to go block and 2k. And then, yeah, then I can Gum Gum Giant out of this. Yeah, so no blocks. I think I pitched the Captain Kid first. Because now I can go double Katakuri, which is even harder for our opponent to kill us through. So, you go Katakuri. I'll go Luffy into Luffy. Then become a 7k lead. And then Kata into Beer Luffy. Our opponent showed us they didn't really have much counter to work with, so hopefully I can claim it. Okay, so they do have the 2k this time. And then I think I'll just keep going at the Beer Luffy. Nice, we finally took it. And then end of turn, we restand the Kata, then gain back a Dawn, then gain back another Dawn. Okay, so our opponent puts a big 10k swing into our Luffy. I think here I'll give the Brule blocker. I'll just cash it in now. Because now our opponent has to like spend Dawn to climb up to this. Okay. For that, I guess we can go, yeah, block, then 0 cost event. And then our opponent, yeah, our opponent can't swing into our last Katakuri. Alright, do I want a third Katakuri? Ooh. Honestly, I don't see why not, right? I mean, otherwise I don't have any good Dawn to minus off of the Luffy. Yeah, why not? Alright, third Katakuri. Swing Luffy at leader. Then I become a 7k base again. Okay. In case his last life could be like a draw trigger or like a Gum Gum Giant, I should probably leave the Dawn open. So we'll just do a 7k banish. Ooh, we banished our life, okay. Then I'll swing for 8. They take their last life, nice. And then Guess I'll go for 9, see if I force Gum Gum Giant. And they go 0 cost plus, ooh, multiple 1Ks. Okay, that's really good for us. So we'll go end of turn. We'll restand all our katas. Okay, so we're 7k base with triple Katakuri and 1 life, so I think we're pretty safe here. Now, unfortunately, I think I have to let our Luffy go. He did a lot of work, but can't keep him alive forever, unfortunately. I mean, there's no... I don't think I need a... I think I can just take here. I don't think there's like an unblockable mechanic in this deck. I mean, if there is, I guess it is what it is. No trigger. Okay, they tap out. And I go block 1k. And then, yeah, and then the writing should be on the wall here. Just go 9 at lead. And there's like a million ways to do this, but we should have it here. Yep, and our opponent sees it. GG. Damn, that was a really cool game. Alright, and going into some closing thoughts for this, honestly, this core strategy felt really strong, like curving out Luffy into Katakuri or Captain Kid, and then as opposed to the other Straw Hat leaders, just having that 7k banish specifically felt really strong. Now, of course, this is a very early iteration of the list, so I'm sure there's quite a few things we can improve upon, but I think there's something here with this core idea. So, a couple of other things to note, I will say these blockers felt amazing. I would honestly maybe even bump up to like 8 total trigger blockers, because like these really buy us a lot of time to get the setup going. The other Sol felt kind of whatever. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that if you trigger this early and you don't have 7 Dawn yet, you cannot draw the 2 cards, since that's still part of the on-play ability. But do let me know if anyone else has tried this and if this has been working well for you. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.